Here we go. Proton mass effect, lyrical oxidation, your irrelevant mass spectrograph, your electron volt, atomic energy erupting as I get all open on betatrons, gamma rays, thermal cracking, cyclotron, any and every mic get on track.
Now, I've already run the statistics several times over. The likelihood of you getting approved for this project was about 67% chance. For you to make it even this far was about 24%, but for this to actually work, well, you're looking at something
Hands off.
Pardon?
Hands off. Hands off. No. It's finished.
It's finished.
It's finished. I did it. I did it. I did it. Hey, be careful. You're going to break it.
I'm sorry. It's real.
It's real.
You're holding it.
I'm holding it. And now I am wearing it.
If I may, Dr. McKnight, that looks incredible on you.
Oh, darling, I know.
Dr. McKnight, how do you feel?
There aren't enough words to describe it.
I don't think I've ever been more attracted to you than I am right now.
That's because you think intelligence is sexy.
Because it is. That big brain of yours. It's why I'm dating you.
We both know it's not just my brain.
Okay. Do we know if it works?
Yes, it works. I've spent 20 years of my life making sure it works. And now here it is. Ooh, I can feel it tingling on my arm.
Tingling? Oh, we should take it off then. It could be faulty.
It's not unpleasant. It doesn't feel detrimental.
And our arms' motor functions, how are they doing?
Unencumbered. Device is a little heavy, but that's to be expected from a first model.
We'll have to account for the weight moving forward then.
Why do you keep saying we? It's on my arm. This is my invention. If it were up to you, this device wouldn't have made it past the schematic stage.
I admit I was wrong, and your leadership on this project has been impeccable, but you have to admit that I have made valuable contributions.
You've assisted. Don't worry, I'll give credit where it's due. The world's first time traveling mechanism developed by Dr. May McKnight with assistance from her boyfriend. Fine. Henry Harrison.
Dr. Henry Harrison.
Dr. Henry Harrison.
Much appreciated.
Now, to test this, we'll need the most important date in all of human history.
Hey, whoa, what are you doing?
I'm inputting the desired date.
Right, but what date? The most important date in human history has to be chosen carefully. I've been thinking about potential dates and I've compiled a list. See, there's March 4th, 1879, which brought us the birth of Albert Einstein, or there's August 6th, 1945, when America dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima, which, you know, was horrific, but an iconic day for science. There's even January 1st, 2020, when yeah, okay, so it's a bit it's difficult to just choose one thing that happened in 2020, but that's all the more reason to travel back there.
I'm not doing any of those. They were ages ago.
Why not? Oh, is it because of the murder hornets? Look, research supports that being attacked by one of those creatures was highly improbable.
This isn't about murder hornets. I literally have all the time wrapped in my wrist. And you think I'm going to waste it on one of those? Absolutely not.
Well, then when?
September 12th, 2121.
May, that's your birthday.
And what's your point?
That's your birthday next year. What makes you think your birthday is the most important day in human history?
The greatest scientist in the world was born that day. Kind of. It'll be the 42nd anniversary of her birth.
May, I don't think that's a good enough argument for... Dr. McKnight, we cannot use the device for that purpose.
Henry.
Cannot do that. We're not meant to know what happens next. That's not science. That's playing God.
Enlighten me then, Dr. Harrison, since you know so much about time travel. Are you familiar with the butterfly effect, Back to the Future, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban?
The movies, those are ancient.
And all lead to the same conclusion. Traveling to the past is a dangerous endeavor that can drastically affect the present. This device won't be used so frivolously. We're not going backwards.
They're movies. Look, I don't expect an astrophysicist such as yourself to base her multi-million-dollar project on something she learned from science fiction. Doctor, humans have looked back at our history, trying to fit together the missing pieces for years. We fill museums with artifacts that we think tell us something, but there are still so many holes. With your invention, we can finally fill them.
And whose history will we be piecing back together?
I'm confused.
About what?
Nature of that question. It's human history that we'll be piecing back.
Human history! Well, then, shall we take a look closer to your dates, Dr. Harrison? 1543, Copernicus discovers that the sun doesn't revolve around the Earth. July 4th, 1776, the Declaration of Independence is signed. March 14th, 1879, Albert Einstein was born. July 20th, 1969, the first crew-operated man-made vehicle lands on the moon, supposedly. You know, Doctor, your selection of dates seems a little lacking. What happened 10 years prior to the moon landing in 1958?
Well, Dr. McKnight, I'm not sure that's...
Mary Jackson became NASA's first Black female engineer, but perhaps you don't know that date. What about Henrietta Lacks?
I'm not sure that's...
Henrietta Lacks, the immortal woman. She technically died in 1951, but scientists have still kept her cells alive nearly 170 years later to benefit their cancer research. What about September 12th, 1992?
Please, May, come on.
Correct. Mae Jemison, the first Black woman to ever travel into space. September 12th was her launch date. My mother named me after her.
May, I get it. You've made your point.
Have I? You know what my point is.
My history could do with more diversity. I get it. I will be more diligent about finding a date that is viable for both of us.
That's not what I...
History has plenty of times that we can
I don't want to go back.
Then what was all that for? You saw my own personal failings. If there were more devices like yours in the world, we can ensure that no one else forgets history. They could see it play out before their eyes. Thousands of years, and they can see all the change and progress for themselves. Come on, you must be able to see the benefit of that.
I do.
Then take the watch off and we'll find a better day.
I did not create this watch to go back. Going back means watching it all happen again and again. Because it didn't just happen once, Henry, but over several lifetimes. If I go back, I'm no longer an astrophysicist or even a genius. I'm not your partner. I'm not your girlfriend. And if I go far enough back, I'm not even a person, just 3/5 of one. This is for going forward. I am going forward. I'll go so far forward that my great-great-great-great-grandchildren will get to hear stories directly from me. I'll go so far that I'll finally get to see them put Henrietta Lacks to rest. I'll go so far that there won't be a corner of the universe that we haven't visited yet. I'll go so far that God herself will congratulate me on my discovery. I'm going to go so far forward that I'll reach the end of the universe and there will be nothing in existence but me. And then I'll start it all over again.
September 12th.
The day 2 Black women carved their names into history. They'd have to celebrate. Soon.
What do you mean?
It's not ready. Not yet.
May, your watch could take its maiden voyage tonight. You said it was finished.
I'm ready. The watch is ready. But the world isn't. Not yet. We'll try again tomorrow. Maybe.
Esteemed guests, thank you so much for your patience. And now we would like to honor Dr. Henry Harrison with the Nobel Prize in Physics for his invention of the world's first viable time machine, the chronology warping wristwatch.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for your generous support of my work.